Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. You join me down at the storage yard on a very frosty but glorious sunshine day. There's not a cloud in the sky, it's lovely and blue, but I'm going to be stuck inside the caravan, and here's why. If you have a Sargent PX310 battery charger built into your caravan and you're thinking about changing to lithium, or it's broken and you need a new one, then this video is going to be for you. What it is, I'm thinking of having lithium. There's nothing wrong with the charger, but the old one will only charge my battery to 80% if I have lithium, and I want 100% coverage. So therefore, I'm upgrading to the PX310. So I'm going to take you inside in a moment, show you what I've bought, and also all the tools that I'm going to use to do this little job. So let's go inside. Okay, so this is what I've bought. It's the Sargent Wired for Innovation 3-stage battery charger with LCD display. Now, this is the PX310. It will work with flooded or lead acid batteries, gel batteries, AGM batteries and lithium. And that's the reason why I've purchased it. Now, here's a purchasing top tip for you. On Sargent's website, this is over 160 quid plus delivery. With a little search on the internet, Jackson's Leisure was selling it for 120 odd pounds plus P&P. I went and did a little bit more research, and Jackson's Leisure was selling it on eBay for 199.99 with free P&P and 48-hour tracking delivery. So you know where I ordered this from. Yep, that's right, it was eBay, but from a reputable company. So just be mindful when you're ordering online. You don't want to be buying something that's a knockoff. This is the genuine article. So let's take it out of the box and I'll show you what you get. Now, just to clarify, this is an AC to DC battery charger, which is ideal for caravans. The installation manual / user instructions is catered for in this booklet, and we also have some connection leads as well. Now, because in their infinite wisdom, they've decided to not keep the same format of connection leads, we're going to have to do a little bit of work with this, because if we just wanted to use it as literally plug and play, it's an additional £42 for a harness that will convert it from what we originally have on the Caravan to work with the PX310, which I think is a bit of a rip, really. Why did they do that? The only thing I can think of is they just wanted to take more money off us, and I'm not prepared to do that, so I'm going to show you an alternative way of wiring it, which is just as safe. Right, let's take a look at the actual box itself. Okay, so here it is, and it's made of metal. We've got an LCD screen and we've got 2 buttons. This is for setting the settings for which battery that it's going to be charging. On this side, we have a fan in the centre, we have our DC output and our AC input, a switch, and the mains on socket, which is this small wire. I'll just get it now for you so that you can see what I mean. Hope this focuses in, but that's the wire that we're going to be fitting into there. Turning around to the other side, we've just got the voltage information. Now, on the back, there's nothing, but we do have these slots so we can screw it to the actual system itself. So let's get on with it. First of all, I'll show you the tools we're going to be using, because there's quite a few in this one. Okay, so first of all, we need a pencil. Then we're going to need some sockets, various sizes, because we're going to be removing our battery, and we've got our wrench here. We've got some wire connection crimpers, some wire cutters, a brad awl, a crosshead screwdriver, some wire strippers, and I've gone for some wire loom tape, which is like a material, and we've got a little screwdriver drill. Now, I don't advocate screwdriver drills, but in this instance, I feel it's necessary. We're not going to be supporting anything too heavy, and we're not going to be going mad when we're drilling anyway, because 2 of the holes are going to be existing. We're going to have to make 2 new holes for the other side, because this actual battery charger is a bit smaller than the current one. So that's the tools we've got to do this job. Okay, so after we've made sure the consumer unit's switched off, we're going to go and remove the battery terminals. Now in my case it's a 12mm socket, so we're just going to do that now. Make sure. So we now know that there's no power going to or from the battery charger, so we can now get on with dismantling that. Okay, so we've made sure that we've isolated all the power now. We have two cables that we're going to disconnect, and it's this one, the white one here, and also this bottom one in black. So I'm going to do that now. Now what I've noticed is there's a little pinch, this little lever here. If you pinch that down and pull, it comes off like so. Same with the other one at the bottom. I might get in the shop, I do apologise, but it is a very tight space to work in here. Just see if I've got something else. It's a little bit difficult, so hopefully I can get this off. It's coming. That's it. Just a bit of encouragement from there. There we go. Now this is going to be our key wire that we're going to be looking at. So we've got those two cables off now, and we're going to undo these 4 screws. There's 2 here and 2 underneath as well. So I'll do that off camera and I'll come back to you when I've taken it off. Okay, so we've now removed them. Bit of a struggle, and we've removed this. Now ironically, there was only 3 screws holding this in. Swift didn't bother putting the 4th one in, so there you go. I think I've brought some screws with me so I can replace it, or add to it, should I say. Okay, now this is the main wire that we're going to be concerned with, which is the black one. As you can see, they've changed the actual design completely, so we need to address this. Luckily, they've kept the wiring colour coding the same. So what we've got here, we've got the orange and white, which is the same on here. And we've got the brown and white, which is the same on here as well. And this one goes to the thin wire, which I'm just going to get for you now, which is here. So this is going to attach to this one, and these two are going to attach to these here. Now luckily they've provided us with the female ends of the spade connectors, so we just need to attach 2 spade connectors to here, and then we're going to put a bullet connector here. So what I'll do now is I'm going to cut them off, but I'm going to give us a little bit of play with these. I'm going to make this one a little longer, and I'm going to make these a little bit shorter, basically because it's got to go here, like so. And this wire comes further up the box. Okay, so this cable here, which is our AC power, what I've had to do is remove the consumer unit off the top and just free a little bit more cable, because it was all tied up with insulation tape. So I've now got a bit more cable now to play with, so I can plug it in once the box is installed. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut the wires. As I said, I'm going to make sure that this one here is actually longer than the others here. So go about there. Right, so we've removed that now. So I'll just strip the wires off camera and I'll come back to you. So we've stripped all our wires now, including our extra cable that was in the kit, and we're ready to join them now. Now, I'm going to use spade connectors. You could use Wago clips if you wanted to, because this is only a 12-volt system, and Wago clips are designed for a lot more stronger power, so you could use them. Actually, they're probably quicker and easier to use them, to be fair. But for the case of this, I'm going to try and use the spade connectors. I've got my crimping tool, I've got my spade connectors, so I'll get on with it now. I'll do this bit off camera, and then I'll come back to you when they're ready. Okay, so all our connectors are on, and we're going to attach the correct wires to each one of them. So let's start like that. That's like that. And then we've got our bullet connector for our... So now all our connectors are secure and we're happy with those. What I'm going to do now off camera is I'm going to bind them with the electrical tape so that we've got a nice finish to them, and they're not going to catch or chafe on the wooden slot where the hole is, because we're going to be pushing them back in there once we've connected them. That's better. Okay, so we've bound them up neatly now and they can fit back in the hole, and we're going to get ready to fit the actual charging box to the side of our consumer unit panel here. Okay, as you can see here, well, I've managed to get one screw on, but that's our original hole and we're going to have to make a new one just over here now. So try and eye it up, get it as level as you possibly can. Make a mark where you want it. You can have either side of the slot really, doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go for the far end. Take our brad awl so that we've got a way to start it. I can drop that down actually so you can see better. I'm going to start with a... There we go, we've started the hole now. We can get our screw and offer it up. There we go, that's secure. I'm going to finish off camera with the other two so that I've got them secure, and then we'll put the connections in. Okay, so now I've screwed it on, I'm happy, it's tight. I'm going to put all the cables in now. Now, I might get in your way, I do apologise if I do. Right. So it's now neatly attached and I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go and connect the battery now. Okay, so the heavens have just decided to open, so I hope you can still hear me above the racket on the roof. But we've got the charger now in place, all the plug connections are all secure and I'm happy with that. I've had a look at my solar regulator via my Bluetooth app and that's working fine. The only thing is I cannot change the LCD or show you that because I have to have mains power in order to do that, and it didn't really explain that in the instructions, which I'm not really impressed with. I wish they would have made that quite plain. However, I do know that it does, in my case, it does default to lead acid. Once I change over to a lithium battery, obviously I'll have to change it, which will require it being attached to the mains. But for now, it's doing its job and I'm happy with it. Well folks, that is how I changed the battery charger in the Caravan. Now, unless you're getting lithium or yours is broken and you wish to replace it, then I wouldn't recommend doing this. For me, it was something that I needed to do because I am going over to the lithium. I've decided that I'm going to have a go at it because I'm sick to death of buying inferior batteries that don't last very long, and all in all, I'd like something that's going to give me a little bit more longevity. Now, yes, there are trade-offs for that, which I'll explain in the next video, which will be about lithium versus lead acid. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again real soon, but in the meantime, bye for now.